All right. What up, Jesse? How are you?
Good, good.
Good, man. Thank you for taking the time. We're having this call because you just had your first kind of big month, so I wanted to take some time
Yeah.
to, you know, tell people about your story, and I want to hear it directly from the guy himself. So, introduce yourself. How old are you? What were you doing before high ticket sales, and just catch us up. Who are you?
Yeah, I'm Jesse. I'm 22 years old. Before high ticket sales, I was working in a restaurant for like 4 years and also doing some like door dashing and Instacart.
Okay. And for most people watching, obviously they don't know you. What was your life like a year ago before ever getting into any of this? Or even not even a
Yeah,
year, actually 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Yeah, so coming from the restaurant, I was there for like 5 years. Super toxic environment, just not really making much. And then I decided to leave. Um, it was pretty on pretty bad terms, and then I ended up sleeping in my car for 8 months. And then I found high ticket sales online, decided I need more for myself. I want to give myself a shot. So I kind of just gave it a shot and then got out of my car, was able to see like my first very successful month, which we'll speak of in a second.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get into it. But before we get into that, before you ever joined, have you done any sales at all, like door-to-door sales, B2B, retail? Did you have extensive experience in this industry?
No, I did not. I always saw like Andy Elliott programs online. That was kind of what sparked my motivation to try out sales, but I've never been in a sales position before.
Okay, cool. I guess I'm curious, like, what have you tried in the past before, talking to us and talking to me, that didn't work, maybe?
Yeah, before the only thing I tried related to sales was like I think it was a $200 a month Andy Elliott program, but it wasn't the best for me just because it was basically his YouTube videos online. It wasn't very personalized in terms of support.
I'd say,
So
okay. What were you actually thinking about the high ticket sales point, space at that point? Did you think it was a scam? Did you think it was legit? How did you feel about it?
yeah, so before I got into it, I thought it was a scam for sure, especially seeing people online saying they made 30, 50,000 a month. I just thought that was not even fathomable.
Okay, cool. So I guess I'm curious if you thought it was a scam, like why'd you reach out to me? Like what made you think that I guess this would be different?
Honestly, when I did reach out, I thought it was still a scam, but I just kind of
We had a
got
long
over that.
call, bro.
Yeah.
I remember we had a really long conversation,
Yeah.
kind of going through all the different questions that you had. So yeah, run me through that.
Yeah. So I thought hopping on the call, I was very hesitant. I was very skeptic, but I kind of saw you like a real person having a real conversation with me. You actually cared. And then I thought, okay, the chances of this being a scam with you actually caring. Also, like the background you were in, there's like no way. I think you were in Mexico at the time. I just decided to give it a shot. If I never tried it, I would never know the result. So that's kind of what pushed me over the edge to just give it a shot, trust it, and get over that limiting belief.
Okay. I'm curious, like what was going on in your life at that point that made you decide, like, you know what, pull the trigger. This guy's background looks cool. I remember the time we were in Mexico, we are in Tulum, we had like a company trip. It was pretty fun. And yeah, I was sitting in like a place, just like freaking high ceilings and all that cool stuff. So I guess like what made you decide to just like say, you know what, fuck it, I might as well try.
Well, at that time, I was sleeping in my car. I had like just over $1,000 to my name, and I kind of just weighed my options. Like, yeah, I could definitely go back to work in a restaurant, just keep doing the DoorDash Instacart. But I said, screw it. I'm just gonna try it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, what else do I have to lose at this point?
Fair enough. Fair enough. So walk me through your first month. What was your normal day like? How many, dials were you making? How much training were you going through? Just run me through that. And I guess walk me through like the hardest part that almost made you quit as well. I'm curious.
Yeah, for sure. So my first month was actually I was working like 4 to 6 hours a day, making around 50 to 100 dials. I was trying to balance it with my life, like boxing. But honestly, my first month, I was pretty bad at it. I still had a little bit of that.
We still got to talk about the fact that you had to go buy an iPhone with $1,000 to your name to be able to actually make dials and send text to people.
Yeah. I did have to buy an iPhone and a phone plan, but I was like, if I'm gonna try it, I might as well try with my full effort, not half-ass it. Um, yeah, so my first month, I did not see much, honestly, but right after that, about 5 weeks in, I saw my first small commission check. It was like 350 something dollars, and I realized, wait, you could actually make money off of this. And that was like a whole week of working the delivery services. So after that, I was able to kind of get over myself, and then 30 days after that, make 22,480 in 30 days, 1 month.
That's awesome, bro. That's a lot of money. I mean, bro, I
Yeah.
mean, how did it feel going from like having 1,000 in your bank account to then seeing like 22,000 is about to come in and just hit your bank account? How did that feel?
Man, honestly, it just felt relieving. Like the stress of like where am I gonna get my next meal from? Where am I gonna sleep? Where am I gonna stay? Like that all just went away, and I had a lot more time to just work on myself. Like get out of my car, buy an apartment, not have to worry about going to the grocery store, like what I'm gonna spend on food this day. So super relieving.
Love that, bro. Love that. I mean, what do you feel like is the biggest thing that changed in your like mindset after like all the training calls we've had, all the meetings, all the stuff we've been through? Like not just how you close, what changes about how you think?
Yeah, so I'd say the biggest change for me in my thinking is definitely just taking accountability for myself, not
Yeah.
like being a victim to whatever circumstance you are in life. Like I realize that where I am in life is a direct reflection of me, the way I make decisions, and ever since joining, I've been able to change that way of thinking and actually take responsibility for my life and kind of get what I want.
Love that. Love that, man. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty important point for people to know. It's like if you don't take ownership, if you don't take accountability on your current life and the current situation you're in, then who will? No one will, no one's gonna go out there and save you.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's talk about like the actual kind of program itself. Like when you came in and you started working with me and with obviously my team and stuff. What has been like the most useful part of being in the program for you?
Yeah, so the most useful part is just like the personalized support. For example, like that Andy Elliott program, it was kind of just like pre-recorded videos. It wasn't very personalized, but the biggest thing that you've done is actually care about the progress, no matter where I was at. Like if I didn't understand anything at all, you kind of just built me up from where I was so that I could get the results that are tailored to me. So it's not just like pre-recorded, a cookie cutter solution. Like you really individualize it.
100%. If you had to explain what you do right now or what we do to a friend, how would you say it?
What you do different, I would say
No, no, no,
just
not
the amount.
like in general, like what we do in terms of high ticket sales, what you've been able to do to be able to go out there and make 22 grand in a month.
Oh,
How would
okay.
you explain that to a friend that knows absolutely nothing about this?
Well, first I would explain the industry, how it works, see how it actually makes sense to be able to make 20, 30,000 a month because those numbers without context of like how it works seems impossible. But if you actually break it down, you could see that this type of sales is different than like car sales, door to door. Um,
How would you break it down?
your,
Curious.
I would say in this type of industry, in this type of sales, you're actually building a skill set to care about people. You're able to not just like try to sell them a product, but get to know them on a deeper level. And you could apply that to other areas in life. And that's obviously like a really high paying skill. And it being remote, like you can travel, you could kind of do it whenever you want. And the commission is there to be a side effect.
Right. You get paid for the people that you help. Um, okay. So I guess for people watching, if you had somebody that is where you were 6 months ago,
Mm.
what would you what would you tell him or her?
I would tell them, don't let the fear of the unknown, of knowing, is this going to work? Is this real? Stop you from actually trying something and making better of your own life. Because if you let that stop you and nothing changes, then you'll never know and you'll probably end up regretting it. and you'll kind of live like everyone else because I know this whole industry, especially in the remote field, people say bad things, scam, pyramid scheme. That's kind of what I was thinking going into it, but that's not the case. So don't let that hold you back.
Love that, man. Love that. Okay, cool. That was great, Jesse. I appreciate you for your time. One last question before we wrap up. Is there anything you want to say that I maybe didn't ask about?
I think you covered a lot of points, but the main thing I just want to leave off on is, there's going to be people online. There's going to be your family that doesn't support you going like an unorthodox route. And it could be really hard to like go against all of that. And it might be lonely at times. Like for me, I definitely was almost about to quit when I didn't see any results for 4 weeks. But if I quit, if I kind of fell back into the comfort zone of kind of what everyone tells you, like this doesn't work, this is fake, this is a scam, well, I would have never saw the other side. So even when it gets hard, just persist, actually try your best, and you will see whatever reward that you want from it. But that depends on you.
100%.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jesse. I really do
Of course.
appreciate it. I'm gonna let you get back to your closing calls. It is a little bit early. I know you have a bunch of calls lined up, so go make some money, bro, and enjoy the rest of your day. But I hope this helps someone that needs to hear what they need to hear to be able to make a change.
Yeah,
So
I hope so too.
yeah, man, you take care and have an amazing rest of your day. And thank you. We'll see you,
All right,
bro.
you're done. Thank you.
All
Bye.
right, ciao.